Next to the Passover observances beginning tonight, ABC's Terry Moran has this snapshot of how one local faith community is rallying during the global crisis.
In a world where so much human contact has been cut off, the Jewish community in Baltimore, like so many communities, is finding ways to stick together and keep the faith.
Maybe we should hit them with some shawls and kugel.
The local business leader had a proposal to help both a struggling business and those on the front lines.
His idea was to feed the staff in the hospital, in Sinai Hospital, who are working now overtime on our behalf to keep us safe.
Going to the emergency room? Yeah.
And for those frontline healthcare workers, lunch is served.
It's vegetarian!
You see the best and worst of people in difficult times, and I could say we are privileged that we are truly, as a community, seeing the best of people.
The coronavirus pandemic shut down Rabbi Silber's synagogue, but not his community.
You feel that this is a moment you have to reinvent what you do.
Our religion always teaches us that no matter what the circumstances, adapt, reinvent, and then do something spectacular.
Sometimes the spectacular happens in seemingly ordinary ways, in shopping carts even.
Oh, I found it.
Volunteer shoppers, mostly younger.
6 Golden Delicious, let's do it.
Getting the groceries for older members of the community and the medically vulnerable. But life goes on, even during a pandemic. And for so many Jewish boys, that means a bar mitzvah, a joyous coming-of-age ritual.
My original bar mitzvah was supposed to be at the Knish shop, which is a party room.
Instead, it took place on Zoom, the video conferencing platform. Hundreds of people showed up. Rabbi Silber presided from his home.
Mazel tov.
And it was plenty fun.
When he finished, everyone started dancing. I was sitting with my 2 sons in my study, and we held hands and we started dancing. And everyone started dancing.
May we all be dancing together soon. Terry Moran, ABC News.
And we thank Terry Moran for that report. And as Passover celebrations start and quarantines continue, many of us are marking ancient traditions in a brand new way. One faith leader says that can actually be a good thing. Senior Rabbi of Beth-El Synagogue in St. Louis Park, Minnesota, Rabbi Avi Olitzky is here with more on that. And welcome, Rabbi. You recently wrote an op-ed in the New York Times about how this pandemic is inspiring you to find, yes, new ways to practice your Shabbat. So tell us how you're coming together as a congregation during these times.
Thanks, Amy. You know, it's quite a challenge. We always think about technology as a distraction and a burden, but for us in our community, it's really been a savior in a way, because we've been able to come together for worship services, for study groups, for pastoral care sessions, for meetings, for morning gatherings like Shiva rituals and Shiva prayer services. And it's been really eye-opening and comforting.
Yeah, we know Passover begins this evening. It's a holiday that so many people associate with gathering together for a meal, being with friends and family, and even inviting strangers in as well. This year, obviously, will be much different, but you think there are some positives that can come out of all of this?
I do indeed. You know, this idea of Passover, like you said, is about wide, robust tables with people that you might not obviously welcome into your home or regularly welcome into your home. But this year, there are going to be so many more people gathered into our homes using platforms like Zoom and other meeting platforms, specifically because those infirm or unable to travel or who can't afford to make the trip or the time doesn't afford them to make the trip. This is going to be one of those years where we actually do get to gather, even with an iPad prompt on a chair or with the young children seeing their cousins from miles away because they can't make it. Our Seders this year are going to be that much more joyful, even if we don't anticipate it that way.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good way to look at it. And before we let you go, is there a message of hope you can share with all of those who are out there who are feeling pretty hopeless at this time?
What I've been reflecting on over the past few days and in lamenting about this different year is I think about those Israelites wandering in the desert. When they left Egypt, they didn't know where they were headed. They heard of this promised land, but they didn't know when they would get there. They didn't know when they would stop, and they didn't know the path that they were taking. And for me, I feel like we're in that same wilderness. We don't know where we're going. We don't know where we're headed, but we do have this promise. We have a hope of blessing and peace and health and harmony. And if we look in that same journey, that the journey will take us there.
Yeah, it's about faith, right? At the end of the day. Rabbi
right.
Avi Olitzky, thank you so much. We certainly appreciate those calming words, and happy Passover to you and yours.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.